Alright, folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's post-match reaction after Celtic get the first win under Wilfred Nancy, beating Aberdeen by 3 goals to 1. Liam, we won a game. It's just
Aye, listen, such a relief for the manager, the players, and all the fans. It was deservedly so. So delighted that we've won, and we can hopefully turn another corner this season. We've turned enough
Uh,
corner to get back to where we started. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
aye. Um, I put on obviously the title, good performance with the same issues. We'll go into the issues in a second because there was still some issues. But Alistair, I mean, I thought we actually played pretty well. To be honest, we've seen the games we have played under Nazi. I think the play's been good, but I just think the players. I've made it clear. I think there's just, and I still stand by. I think there's players in this team that are just not going to fit what Wilfred Nancy wants to do. But overall, I thought we played really well, and obviously we should have probably been out of sight at half time again.
we should have just. I mean, there's no doubt. We keep, we keep. I'm just happy, mate. But at least, as you say, I mean, there's a dialectic game we should have been out of sight, and also, man, we should have also put the. We should have wiped out our goal difference deficit the day. That's another thing I would say. But it's just, as the title says, and good performance, but the same issues are still there. Need a striker, need a couple of wingers, need a speedy centre half.
Aye,
Nothing's changed.
no,
But I hope it just gets the circus away from the club wallet, won't it? Kind of thing. And I was going to it myself, only because I couldn't see it in the first uh, 3 games, 4 games that we lost.
aye. What I would say, right, and I'm not trying to be harsh on the team here. For me, right, at this moment in time, it doesn't change much. Um, a good win for us, and it's brilliant to get the win. And try and see if we can build momentum. But that's the key thing. They need to. If you're going to get me convinced that we're on the right track, I need to see a win against Livingston next whenever we play them. A win against Motherwell, and then a win against Rangers, and then we get into the January window, and hopefully he can get some of his guys in who he decides. Liam, I mean, I, I think the style of play was good. We did get the opening goal. Benjamin Negron, good finish again. Kind of tap in, he's there, finishes it off. But before that, we had a lot of chances to probably go ahead, maybe 1-2-0 up. But we got the goal, and you're just looking that we can try and close it out, try and get a second, third, fourth, maybe. Especially with the red card. But I thought overall the chance creation's been there in the games. It's just finishing off is absolutely our Achilles heel at the moment. It just can't finish.
It all comes down to ability. We were speaking before we come on the podcast. It comes down to ability, and we've been asset stripped, as Alistair always alludes to, and he's completely right. You're left with guys like Johnny Kenny and Yamada. No harm to them. I'm not coming on here to slag them, but ability-wise, they are not Celtic quality. If I'm being honest, I could see Johnny Kenny at like a Livingston or a Motherwell or no disrespect to those teams, but he's not even like a Hearts or a Aberdeen or a Hibs player for me. It's some of the misses are beyond a joke. He
That one in
couldn't
the
even get
that
one
one
on
in the
target.
first half, and he's completely
Aye.
free, and he somehow manages to scoot closer to the corner flag. I mean,
Oh, you can call it lack of confidence, lack of ability. It doesn't really matter. It's the same outcome. I actually think it's a mixture of all of them. I think he knows he's probably not good enough, and that plays in the back of his mind. And I know he got a few goals under Martin O'Neill and one against Rangers that was a really good header, but overall he's nowhere near it. We had guys like Kyogo in the past and Big Giacomakis and even Ida. Ida was overall a much better striker than what we've got just now. This is why January is massive. But listen, we could have scored honestly, I said that to you beforehand as well. We could have scored about 10 today, and as Alistair said, we could have closed that gap, the goal difference. Do you know what I mean? We are going to give a team a hiding this season, and I hope it's on January the 3rd. To be honest, I hope
For obvious reasons, I think we all hope that way.
I think if we can beat Livingston, I hope that's 1 game down, or sorry, 2 games down, and then Motherwell's going to be difficult. But if we can manage to get through those games and get wins, because that's the only things that are going to keep this man in a job in the Celtic fans' eyes anyway. If you can get 2 wins and we are, that bit closer to January the 3rd, and we can give them a good scalping, the fans will be on side, by the way. I was saying it maybe took 10, 15 games, but I reckon if you can get to the Rangers game and beat them convincingly, the fans could definitely turn in his favour.
At the end of the day, Alistair, I mean, the only way you're going to get the supporters, because I'm not trying to speak for those supporters, but I'm going to be honest with you, the public perception of Wilfred Nancy isn't a positive one at the moment. I think that's safe to say. But the only way you're going to get them back on...
Josh. It's very
skeptical, I would say that's a good word. But the only way you're going to change that is by winning games. And this is why, and that's what I've done today. And we've done it pretty well. Foot performance is really good and whatever else. Obviously, the same deficiencies are kind of there. But if we can get to January, and it's going to be a good January, the club are going to have to back him to the heavens and get him the players that he needs to use his style, because I think it could work if the players that are good enough to do it. And there is some good players there that I think could really thrive in the thing with like Tierney. I think he could do really well in it.
Well, Tierney, I don't know what you guys thought. I'm maybe saying this because I've no one watched the highlights before we come on. Tierney had his best game since they come back today.
Man of the match, deservedly.
I said it to you at the game, Josh, that some of the boys he was swinging over, there were nobody there to finish it off.
Even the one was it Engels, and Engels hits the post?
I mean, we had the post bar something like 6 times.
Dimitar Mitov makes one of the best saves I think I've seen in a long time.
That is an
unbelievable stop, man.
We should be all over him like that.
The thing is with Mitov, though, I think he's one of these goalkeepers, right, that's... Remember Craig Gordon was, like, unbelievable at shot stopping? Like, he was ridiculous. But he would have the odd howler in him. I think that's what Mitov is as a goalkeeper.
Gosh, I think your modern keeper is going to give you that. I don't know if it's just they're getting asked to do so much now in comparison to years ago, but I think you're going to get that.
Aye. Well, we may as well talk about the equalising goal. Obviously, Aberdeen get sent into 10 men. I see there was debate in Sportscene about it. I don't really know why he's clipped him at the back. So I would.
And to be honest, he's denying a shot at goal because we talk of your looks, no even in goal. As soon as Maeda gets pulled in, he's running back. So that's denying a goal scored enough.
Aye. I think so. The goal, I think it's kind of scrapped in the midfield. I would maybe say it's out. I think it could have been a foul, but maybe that's just me.
On Maeda, he's talking about.
I don't know. I can't really remember, but it looked.
It would have been Maeda. Maeda won the ball back, and then he was on the ground, and then he got back up, and the boy did kind of pull at his jersey a little bit, and it looked to me as if there's a bit of contact with the boy kicked Maeda's back his leg. So I think that's what you're talking about.
No, I think so. It just looked a bit like too scrappy, and players are kind of falling all over the place. But after that, I mean, you just knew it was coming when there were chances. This is what happens. 10 men or 11 men, you give the team the opportunity to kind of get themselves back into the game. Weather storms, they're going to get in, but they go. I mean, he brought Liam Scales onto the park, right? And I've never been Liam Scales' biggest fan, right? So this is probably going to be a surprise to absolutely no one. But I spoke about players maybe not suiting the system. He's one of them. It's just not going to work. And you're not talking about, asking players to do too much. I think Nancy's system, I could be wrong here, asked the centre halves to do quite a lot, right? I think he has. I just don't think Liam Scales is up to standard. I think in any formation, he's not up to standard either. But ever since Wilfred Nancy's come in, he's just looked all over the place, Liam, to be honest with you. And he's kind of at sea for the goal, and Trusty's trying to do something, but Trusty kind of held his beginner. But defence could be a big issue if we don't address it in January.
Oh, massive. Listen, Scales has been like a fish out of water since Nancy's come in. And particularly when he comes off the bench, he cannot get up to speed with the game. And see, when he's getting asked to even cross the ball into the box and stuff, you've fucking had it. Because there was one he crossed in, it was just fucking miles over.
Is that the one that went right kind of the park kind of thing?
Honestly, and it's just, I could see people in the crowd, like, just the exact same expression as me in the house, as if, what the fuck? I feel sorry for
William Trust.
But he is really struggling in this system. Liam Scales is good when things are simplified down. That's why he was probably so good under Martin O'Neill. He was getting asked.
He's good when his back's against the wall.
It's good he asked him to head out the box. I don't think Nancy wants defenders like that.
No,
I think Nancy wants a Starfield, maybe even a Vickers type.
He wants a Trusty type player.
Aye.
Trusty's very good.
Trusty.
Aye. Trusty's very athletic and he's good in this system, but Scales, people like Scales who have got less ability are going to really struggle because he's asking players to do quite a lot and he's asked them to basically do two positions. So whoever can't really do that is going to be out the door shortly. If he still remains in charge.
Aye, I think to be honest, I think that win today has bottomed to the January window, if I'm being honest. I think and I'm just going with how the board might look at this.
I'm going to go to a limb here. I think we'll beat Livy.
Aye, I think we will.
I think we'll beat Livy.
Muller will be tough.
Nancy,
who's that big striker they've got, Livy? The big boy.
Is it Yengi or something?
Yengi. That's it, Yengi. Yengi, I think he could give this defence a torrid time, so we need to see what we can do to try and avoid that.
Because to be honest, at times Trusty was holding the defence together. I thought he was outstanding today, and he has been outstanding all season. He's been our most consistent player. If you look at the whole squad,
you said something to me, Josh. Sorry, at the game you said it's making the decision not to play him at Tynecastle even worse by the week. No playing Trusty that day.
To be honest with you, that was months ago. To be honest, I think Nancy's kind of looked at it and thought Trusty's probably the only player that I've. Trusty's looked. I think he's looked at Trusty. You're the only player that can play my system in central defence. Because Ralston can't play it. I think even players like maybe Vickers would struggle to play it. I think Tierney's all right at it. Scales, as I said, looks all over the place when trying to play it. But defence is going to be something we're going to need to look at. The second part of the goal, Sinisalo needs to be Celtic's number one goalkeeper now. I don't know how many times Kasper Schmeichel's going to make mistakes, but the guy's hit the ball straight at him and he's not even bothered to save it. And I don't know how many mistakes he's going to get away with because that was the cup final he made a mistake. Tannadice's first goal, I thought he could maybe have done a bit better.
I think this is it. The second goal he dives with, for me, the wrong hand.
Stuff like
he dives
that.
With the right. He dives with the right hand for me when you could spread out the left and you're getting a longer stretch.
Because it's the shooter again, Liam.
Aye, 100%, Alistair. Aye. He's been carrying that for fucking months, man.
He's been carrying it since the cup final.
Aye.
When they made that mistake.
That's how the other penalties went to the one side.
I would look at Brian Sinisalo, and if the manager does, is another question, but I don't know how many mistakes. Let's say maybe it's a mistake, but he should be doing a lot better with that shot.
Josh, do you think Nancy's maybe hesitating to bring Sinisalo in because it's like a big call because Kasper's probably a big guy in the dressing room, if that makes sense? I think he doesn't want to upset the mood.
Probably. I think, but at the same time, how many mistakes you gotta get away with before?
Aye.
You know, and it's not even just been for countries made a mistake. I always need to put that reference in there. When Kerry McLean absolutely lobbed them something chronic, but any excuse to get that in there. But so this has just been and this is what I feared with Casper Schmeichel. I thought when he signed that for the year, I thought, is this wise? And I thought, well, maybe he's going to, try and, maybe not play as much, but teach Sinisal like that experience or whatever. But it's kind of been the opposite, where Schmeichel's played all the games and the mistakes that I feared were going to creep in have creeped in. Alistair, I mean,
Sinisal just must be getting pissed off.
I would be,
Aye.
because
If
we're
you
not
get
talking about
any pride, you're getting pissed off.
Because we're not talking about a second choice goalkeeper. We're talking about somebody, when we signed him, was quite highly rated, and we thought this could be good. This might be the next number one. Personally, if I was him, I'd be sitting on that bench going, all right, hold on a minute here. When's my chance going to come? And Alistair, say, to be honest, we've seen he's come in. He's
never let us down. He's never let us down. My worry is just, right? But see, this is going to be Schmeichel's last season. I guarantee it. But by the time we say to Sinisal, right, you're number one, it might go, fuck you. I should have been number one months ago, and it'd be right.
Aye.
And that's my worry. So you could lose 2 goalkeepers for the price of one, and then you're back at square one again.
Aye, no, exactly. But I mean, to kind of wrap up on players, I hate to go back to it, but Celtic's number one priority in the January window is a centre forward. It's doing my head in, man.
Centre forwards, Josh. I think we need 2.
It's genuinely doing my head in. Honestly, I can accept a Celtic team maybe being poor, but I don't accept a Celtic team with a poor set of centre forwards. A good centre forward in a Celtic team for me is a must. We've had a line of good centre forwards. I expect a good centre forward, even in the poor sides like your Dialers. We still had Lee Griffiths, and he was banging in the goals. You'll probably be able to go further back, Alistair, and talk.
I was going to say this team is calling for a Gary Hooper.
Aye, something like that. Because yet again, you can talk about all the deficiencies of the team and defensively, but we're not we're maybe still talking, but you're realistic talking about 2-3-0 in that first half. If you've got a Gary Hooper, or if you've got an Odsonne Edouard or somebody like that.
I mean, one thing
you go for me.
When you go, the only thing I would say, guys, is I'm embarrassed by the fact that at Christmas now, because we're not going to be playing until after Christmas now, we don't have one player on double figures. That's unfair.
Nygren's our top goal scorer with what, 8 is it?
8 or 9.
Aye, right, aye. Double figures. That's concerning.
Really.
No, it is. And see, people are saying, would you want at the centre forward? And what kind of centre forward do you want? Celtic need to make sure they get it right. They need to make sure, and if that means that we spend a bit of money on it, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I've made it clear what I want. I want a centre forward that's in a team and he's got confidence and he's banging in goals, because people are talking about maybe bringing players back who are out of confidence. You mentioned about Kyogo and that there. I don't want that, and I like Kyogo, and I was one of Kyogo's biggest fans, but we don't need that at the moment. We don't need to have to build.
Josh, the only thing I would do to counter that, but sometimes players fit clubs, right? So I totally get what you're saying, right? I think Kyogo is out of form, and he's maybe not getting enough minutes with Birmingham. I don't really follow them, right? So I couldn't tell you. I think no. I know I don't follow him at all, but I think Kyogo could come back and make a difference because he feels loved here and that sort of thing. Listen, I could be miles off it. He could come back and be absolute dog shit. But I'm just saying, for me, somebody like that could come back and just have that kind of that love a game with the fans and score goals. I could see him scoring goals under this Nancy system.
Aye.
The only thing I would say about Kyogo, John, it might be a signing a convenience to try and get us out of the line. Because as me, you and Liam, my boss said, we're not going to fix all our problems in January as much as we'd like to. So it might just be a case of who can we get? Who do we know that'll score goals? But the fact
Mhm.
he's been here and
The
he's
safe
done it.
option.
That's only because, and please don't take this the wrong way, we can't afford to get this wrong. We
No.
can't.
No, no.
Can't. So it might just be a sign of the convenience. Kind of, the last one would be, I'm trying to think, Aaron Moy would come under that category. He come in, done his job, won us the treble, go to the World Cup and retired. So
Aye.
even if it's that, as long as he come in and done a job to win us
No.
this, that's his priority.
No, he could come in and do a job, but I think centre forward is a must, no matter what kind of who we bring in. Obviously, then we do get the second goal through Tierney, but I think it would be rude not to give him a mention. James Forrest gets the third goal, and is it the 17th season in the trot or 18th?
Jimmy
Is
Delaney's
it,
record equal
is it as much? Is
17
it as
years.
much as that? Is it
17, I
17?
17.
I thought it was 15 or something. Fucking
2009-10, the Mowbray season.
I started school that year, private school that year.
Yeah, I was finishing high school, I think.
Do you know something? The sad thing is, I was at that game, so I remember
Aye.
You were collecting your pension, Alistair.
Aye. But no, it was good to see him get that goal. I'm going to be honest with you, that these last kind of few years, I've kind of just said Forrest is just part of the furniture here. To be honest, if I'm being honest, and sometimes they think he is, but you know, all credit to him. He got the goal, and obviously keeps the kind of streak going. But it just kind of it capped off a good kind of win. But at least they got this. It's one win at the end of the day, and I might become like Rose quite negative by that, but. At the end of the day, it's one win.
Oh, no you, Josh, no you.
No.
At the end of the day, it's one kind of win. You need to build on this, and that's all where you're going to convince people that you're going somewhere with this team, and that's it. So, but you know, if we didn't win, we'd be on here morning, so you can't have it. You can't have it both ways. But what about man of the match?
I would have went
There
for
you
Kieran
go,
Tierney,
Liam.
if I'm honest. I would definitely have went for Kieran Tierney. I think he does well to get the goal. He anticipates it. I think Kyogo, because we're talking about him there. I think Maeda and Yamada both missed the ball.
Aye,
and the ball gets crossed in. I'm like, what? And he does well to anticipate it. Gets a good connection on the header. His balls in were great. He had a few misplaced passes, I think, early on. I'm thinking, oh no, but I think overall he had a really strong game. So I would have went for Kieran Tierney, aye.
Alistair?
I'm going to stick to what I said at the game. Trusty.
I agree with you. I think Trusty's holding us together at times defensively, because I think Tierney's going forward. Ralston.
Can I just say before we go, for the Kieran Tierney goal, Kobe Donovan deserves that. I
Oh, aye,
mentioned
good one.
he put a great ball in.
He did.
Aye, but no, I would agree with Trusty. Same with Alistair. I just thought he's been kind of holding us together. We've needed somebody to kind of step forward, and he's took on that role that I think Nancy wants her to play pretty well. Liam, just before we finish up, you any final thoughts on the game?
Just to kind of recap, I'm very delighted for Nancy. It was good to see him quite happy today. I actually think it's the first time I've seen him crack a smile. So I was delighted for him because I do believe against Dundee United that we should have won, even though it's a game of two halves. I completely understand that. It's the last 90 minutes. That game should have been won in the first half. So it's no his fault that, you know, the lack of ability we've got up top is creating problems for us, and we're no scoring enough. Because as I said previously as well, we could have scored 10 today. Genuinely could have scored 10. Hitting the woodwork and stuff like that. And was it Engels missing a sitter? And just we spoke about Johnny Kenny missing that crazy one early doors. That's why January again is massive. But I'm really happy as well. But this does not mean that I've done like a 180 and I think everyone's rosy in the garden. As you said as well, Josh, it all comes down to Livingston. Then if we can do that, it's genuinely one game at a time. See the old cliche that footballers say, one game at a time. This is where we're at. We are genuinely one game at a time. We can't look too far forward. We look too far forward or we'll crumble. One game at a time.
We kind of let Hearts go to say either.
No, because they showed the day, and I know they're not up against a brilliant Rangers team. They're an impressive team. They at Tynecastle as well. See, the fans are feeling something. I stuck the game on about 70-80 minutes, and you could just tell with the atmosphere and stuff like
they know something could happen here. They know.
Aye, Josh, they can feel it. They can either feel that they're going to either win the title or it's going to come down to the wire. And I hope that if it does come down to the wire, that we come out on top. But aye, sorry, I rambled on a wee bit.
Alistair, any final thoughts?
No, I was just like to wish all the listeners.
Stole my thunder there.
Guys, I have. And anyway, can I just say one thing as well? My English team's done well, so I know you'll probably not see this, but angry Ginger and H, get it up you.
No, that's a Celtic podcast. Fucking stick Villa up your arse. But no, as Alistair says, I'd like to wish all the listeners, subscribers, sort of stuff, people who have watched it, a very Merry Christmas. And we do appreciate you listening, subscribing, comment. Yep. It's really good, man. The views have been quite good on the channel recently as well. So we really do appreciate it. I'd like to wish Alistair Merry Christmas and Liam Merry Christmas, and it's good to be having you on in the last 2 weeks as well, Liam. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we'll probably be back. When's the next game? Because I know this is about
27th, I
think.
Saturday, so we'll probably be back Fridays. No, I don't know. We might be back for a preview. It depends how pissed we get. To be honest.
Just surely after the Bills and we'll be
Liam can David Martindale in person.
Just to turn myself into a big egg, man.
So we might be back for a preview, but if I know, we'll be back for post-match reaction after the Livingston game. But until then, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll speak to you soon. Hail, hail.
Hail, hail.